Picturesque. Oh, I'm great. Thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I get to talk to movie stars, so it's a wonderful life this way. Um,
That's very
Congratulations, 8 seasons of When Calls the Heart, 7 years doing it.
thank
What have you
you.
learned?
Where to begin? What have I learned over the course of 8 seasons?
8 seasons, yeah.
Oh, well, I've learned a lot about myself along the way. This is going to turn into a therapy session real quick. Um, I've learned I've learned a lot about what makes a set a happy set and how to set that tone and lead by example. And that's something that's really important to me. I want to make sure that when our cast and crew come to work, they're happy to be there. So that's something that I pay special attention to. And I've learned about the power of our fan base, the Hardys. They are so passionate and loyal, and they've really carried us through to 8 seasons. So I am impressed. I'm grateful. I've learned about the Hardys.
There is something truly endearing about When Calls the Heart. I mean, there is a couple of Canadian shows that I just fell in love with. One is Heartland, which is just a beautiful
Yeah.
show, and your show because it does give you that kind of universal feel of human emotion. It takes you through everything.
Well, gosh, that was so well put and a beautiful compliment. Thank you so much. I have to say I agree with you. Not to sound cocky, but I do think that's something that our show really has to offer. It is heartfelt. It's tender. It's loving. It's a simpler time for
Mhm.
sure, but it's really meaningful, and I think it's been very meaningful for our viewers as well as they're seeking that sense of family and community, especially over the past year where we've all been particularly isolated.
You do a lot of interesting location shots as well in and around Canada. Is that a difficult task too, moving people into remote areas and shooting?
It's so funny you should ask that because we have shot in the same location primarily since the very beginning. We've only had a few days of on location shooting outside of our set.
Hmm.
We happened to film in a beautiful area outside of Vancouver in Langley. And we kind of have everything we need there. And it's pretty impressive the way, our structures, our sets are really practical. So when we're filming the outside of the Mercantile and we walk up those steps and walk in the doors, we're not walking into an empty space. We are actually walking into a fully decorated Mercantile. So that's pretty special about our set.
That's unheard of almost because mostly you're dealing with facades and then you're cutting into studio and that's really nice though. That gives you a feeling of how can I put it, fullness in, I guess it informs your characters.
It does, yeah. We have to use our imaginations just a little bit less because of it.
You're also the executive producer of the series, and that's got to be a hat that I don't know if too many people want to wear, but it's a lot of responsibility.
Well, I'm one of many, as it turns out, who helps produce the show. I was honored to be given the title. I I care very deeply about One Calls the Heart and its success, and so I have been probably sticking my nose where it doesn't belong for too many years now, trying to offer my suggestions and thoughts and input. And so I think at a certain point they're like, all right, already, she's doing the work.
Now, as you're
Um,
celebrating 8 years of When Calls the Heart, you're also launching a new movie on Hallmark. It was always you, and it sounds like a wonderful romantic film. Uh, are you drawn toward romance, or are you a comedian at heart?
Uh, yeah, I mean, well, I'll say this. Early in my career, I thought for sure I was just going to pursue comedy. That was my real great joy when it came to performing. Um, but I watched a lot of romantic comedies when I was younger, a lot of them. And I think that they just somehow got into my bloodstream or something, because as it turns out, this has become my niche. But I'm thrilled that I've found a home at Hallmark Channel and that they've been so loyal to me, because I really do get to tell a lot of these stories, some more comedic, some more romantic. I think you'll find that It Was Always You is a pretty healthy balance of both of those things. And there's some moments that might make you a little misty as well. It's one of my favorite movies I've ever done for Hallmark Channel. And I think people are really going to love this one. I'm very excited about it.
Well, I am so glad I got to catch up and talk with you. You are a Canadian treasure. You're a global treasure, but
Thank
like
you.
coffee and Terry David Mulligan, you are just an amazing person. So I
Thank you so
appreciate your
much.
time.
Thank you. It was a pleasure chatting with you.
Thanks. And you have a wonderful, wonderful day.
You too. Bye.